So the Dolphins crushed the Patriots, and I had said I think this could be a potential upset. I thought the Patriots were going to have a shot at upsetting back-to-back divisional opponents. I'm not sure why I thought that. I guess I just thought I still have a little bit of faith in good old Bill Belichick. But even the best of the best cannot win when your roster is that bad, and that's what Bill Belichick and the Patriots are proving right now. So New England, for the first time ever in my lifetime, not ever, but for the first time in my lifetime, the Patriots are the worst team in the AFC, not only by record, because if you look at the record, they're the worst. The Broncos, and they were tied with the Broncos, and then the Broncos won, and they lost. So the Patriots have the worst record. They're 2-6, which, by the way, can you believe not a single other team in the AFC has a worse record than 2-6? Every other team in the AFC has at least 3 wins. It goes to show how good the AFC is, and it goes to show, after 2 weeks, everyone was like, wow, the NFC might be better than the AFC. Look at all these 2-0 teams in the NFC. Yeah, right. I told you. I said the Bucks and the Falcons weren't going to end up being any good. I said the Packers and the Commanders were going to stink. Sometimes you just have to be consistent, man. I'm consistent. It pays off. But back to it. I do make bad picks. I thought New England was going to be better this year. I thought they would be a competitive team. I had them at 8-9. They look right now like a 6-win max and a 4-win. They're on pace for 4. And they've never been in this position before. Since like 1990 something. Where not only are they the worst record in the AFC, but they're the worst team in the AFC. Like, records aside, man, look at who they have on the team. They have a below average quarterback. Like, Mac Jones, he's not the worst quarterback in the league. He's better than Bailey Zapp, so I don't think he should be benched, but he's below average. They've got an aging head coach, Bill Belichick, who's not the best at what he does anymore. The rest of their coaching staff is complete mess. The defense is aging. There's no true stars on the defense anymore. J.C. Jackson's solid. They drafted that cornerback. What's his name? I forget the name. But their cornerback, who they drafted, out for the season in like week 3. Offensively, where's the stars on offense? Like Zeke? Zeke's not a star. Mike Gesicki was good 3 years ago. Like, Hunter Henry is an average tight end. Like, yeah, they have Mike Gesicki's a high-end backup. Like, Zeke is a high-end backup. And Ramondre Stevenson's, like, solid. He's not great. The receivers are terrible. Kendrick Bourne's now out for the season. Just to keep adding on to the misery. So now you've got Devontae Parker, consistently every single year has been a letdown. When he was on the Dolphins, he was a letdown, and now he's still a letdown. Juju, who was meant to be their number 1 guy, and has been outperformed not only by Bourne, Juju's also been outperformed by Demario Douglas, who isn't very good. Juju's about to lose his job as a starter. If he keeps playing as bad as he finally got a touchdown this week, actually, but 1 catch, but it was a touchdown. Like, there's no stars. The Patriots used to be the team full of stars, and that was, we gave all the credit to Bill, we gave the credit to the Patriot way, the Patriot system, but the Patriots used to have stars. They had stars on defense. They had stars on offense. Brady, Edelman, Gronk. They had great offensive linemen. They had Stephon Gilmore shutting down for over 10 years as their cornerback. They had guys who played up the middle, linebackers, edge rushers. They don't have that anymore. They're out of stars. There's nobody on the Patriots roster that deserves to make the Pro Bowl. And you'd think they could have addressed it in the draft, but instead they drafted a kicker in the 4th round, who's currently a bottom 10 kicker in the league. They drafted a punter in the 6th round, who's currently a bottom 10 punter in the league. Like, if you're going to draft a kicker and a punter, at least they should be good, right? At least they should be game-changing. Like, their special teams have been bad this year, and they drafted them in the 4th and 6th round. For goodness sake. It's a mess in New England. And I think it's time. I really do. I think it's time to move on from Bill. I don't think that's a hot take. Like, he's not been great. I'm ready. I'm ready to move off of Bill Belichick in New England. And for the Dolphins, they're starting to prove to me that they are better than I thought. Like, I thought they were going to have some trap game losses. I thought they were going to lose a few upsets. Their 2 losses are to the 5-3 Bills, the 7-1 Eagles. Haven't lost to a losing team yet. And you pull up their schedule and you think, why can't it keep going? Why can't it keep going? The Dolphins play the Chiefs this week. I think they will lose. But after that, the Raiders, Jets, Commanders, Titans, Jets. That's the 5-game stretch they play after they play the Chiefs. They could win all 5 of them. I think they might lose one. I think the Jets might get them. So let's say the Jets get them once. Even still, they win 4 out of the next 5 after that. So they'll be 6-3. Then they'll be 10-4. And then they play the Cowboys at home, Ravens in Baltimore, and the Bills at home. They could win 2 out of those 3. Maybe more likely, I think they lose to Baltimore. That would be their 5th loss, and I honestly think they will beat the Bills the second time. Maybe the loss to the Cowboys. So they're gonna win probably 12 or 11 or 12 games this year. They're going to win the division. I'll admit, again, like, I'm capable of doing this. I'll admit my faults when I have them. I was way too low on Miami this year. I didn't trust Tua's health. I didn't trust Mike McDaniels after last season in the playoffs and everything that went down with that team. And they lost 4 in a row, and they were 8-4, and then they were 8-8, and they barely made the playoffs, and they lost, and Mike McDaniel was out there vaping on the sidelines and acting like a weirdo at his press conferences, and I was not sold on this team at all. But right now, they're 6-2. They haven't lost to a bad team yet. They haven't beaten a good team yet, to be fair. But they don't play many good teams. They could go 12-5, and they could have 10 of their 12 wins are against teams with a losing record. They might be, and we'll see about this in the playoffs. They might. I worry that they might have a little bit of the Vikings last year in them, where they're going to win a lot of games against a lot of bad teams, and then they're going to get to the playoffs, and they're not going to be able to win. Especially if they get the 3 seed and you have to play Cincinnati at home, like, that's not an easy game. If you have to play, like, what they really want, I think, is for them to get to play Buffalo. I think the Dolphins would love if they end up getting matched up to play Buffalo in the playoffs, and if they can be the ones who host it, because I think they can win that game. But the Browns are a tough team to beat. Like the Steelers, we'll see what they look like against a good defense. They haven't played many good defenses this year. The Patriots might have been the best defense they played. The Patriots held them to 24 the first time, and then they scored 31. But the Patriots defense isn't great, because the Patriots also allowed 34 to the Saints and 38 to the Cowboys. But my point is, the Dolphins have changed my mind. I thought they would miss the playoffs this year. I now think that they are going to win the division. So they are one of the most surprising teams, in my opinion, this entire season. And that's my take on the Dolphins. Yeah. I don't know why I was so down on them. I really don't. Let's talk about